Good afternoon. Welcome to the forecast discussion for July 10th, 2014. It is currently 12:39 p.m. and it's getting close to 1 o'clock, and we are much cooler than what we've been throughout much of this week. Temperatures right now are in the lower to mid 70s over the northern interior, mid to upper 70s in the New York City metropolitan area, and in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, upper 70s to lower 80s. In some locations, this was low temperatures about 2 days ago. So it's a nice turnaround, that is for sure. With lower humidity building in, notice our dew points are in the 50s as well. Now we've been dealing with some very impressive rainfall over portions of southern New Jersey, specifically over southern Atlantic County in New Jersey, right around Atlantic City, with rainfall amounts exceeding 2 inches. Actually, some locations Doppler estimated up to about 5 inches of rain. So it's been a rather wet morning down there and rather ugly. The rest of the region has seen variable cloud cover with temperatures pretty much on the cool side. Now, our high temperatures for today should range anywhere from the lower to mid 80s. At the rate that these temperatures are warming, more likely around 81, 82 degrees rather than 85 degrees, as what was forecasted in the model guidance here. So we're definitely dealing with a cooler air mass and a lot drier air mass aside from extreme southern New Jersey. So what's with all the rain down there? Well, when we take a look at the surface map, you see this stationary front. You basically have low disturbances moving along this stationary front. So what you have is a northerly to northeasterly flow around this high pressure system. You have your southerly flow to the south of this stationary front. And what you end up with is a boundary of lifting or rising air. Low-level convergence is what it's called. And as a result, you get training rainfall over the region, especially when you're right off the Atlantic Ocean. So it's not like you don't have any moisture to deal with or to work with. And so that's what's been causing all this heavy rainfall. And on the radar, you can see this was over southern New Jersey this morning. And now it's shifting off the coast, but we still are dealing with a few more lingering showers here over southern New Jersey. And it's not like southern New Jersey needs any more rain after this bout, with some very impressive rainfall amounts around Atlantic City. As you can see, the rest of the region, high and dry, no big deal. Some variable cloud cover, much cooler out there and much more comfortable. All of this rainfall will be well off the coast by this afternoon, like let's say about 5, 6 o'clock. So the afternoon, evening hours will be very comfortable for everybody. And this training rainfall will continue to slowly shift south and focus more towards southern Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. This is why it's called the Delmarva Peninsula. Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. D-E-M-A-V-A. Delmarva. So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about the forecast. And I'm going to touch on something that is near and dear to my heart. Polar vortex. Let's go to the infrared satellite picture. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here, so just bear with me here. And I'm going to write a discussion later on this afternoon. So first of all, we have a high pressure system building in. So for this weekend, absolutely beautiful weather is on the way. As you can see, with high pressure over the Great Lakes, not much really going on out there, and that is exactly what will be shifting towards our neck of the woods. Here's our stationary front that will slowly slip south by this evening. Really not much going on there afterwards. Temperatures again this afternoon rising right around 81, 82 degrees. Tomorrow, low temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s over the interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. And temperatures for this upcoming weekend are going to be absolutely perfect. We're talking about pretty much near to slightly below normal temperatures, low temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s, high temperatures in the lower to mid 80s, no threat for precipitation, very comfortable weather conditions, and the type of weekend that we've been coming to experience throughout this entire summer will continue. So if you have outdoor plans for, well, this evening, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, no worries. No weather impacts whatsoever can be expected. On the water vapor satellite picture, okay, what do we have here? We have a trough. This is not in any way, shape, or form the start of, the dropping of, the development of a polar vortex in any way, shape, or form. The polar vortex is something that you find in the stratosphere that has some minor influence, some major influences, should I say, in the winter. It's it's not a storm. It's not an Arctic hurricane. It isn't driven by squirrels. Thank you, NBC. It isn't driven by insects or anything else. It has nothing to do with this weather pattern. Just because you have very below normal heights has nothing to do with a polar vortex that is situated in the stratosphere that is located around the North Pole and the South Pole, by the way. It's not anything new. It's not anything that's going to destroy a house or sit over you and you can look up in the sky and see it spinning. It doesn't work anything like that. It's not a tornado. It's not a hurricane. Or it's not anything of that nature. I guess I'm a little ticked off because there's some people in the TV business that really should know better. They're using it for, to drive ratings and whatnot, and it's just insulting to meteorology in general. So I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but so you understand, the world isn't coming to an end. The world isn't freezing over. We're not having an Arctic blast. All it is a deep trough on the way. And the reason why has nothing to do with the polar vortex, is everything to do with a very powerful typhoon that recurved around Japan, and as a result is enhancing the 500 millibar pattern. It's happened before, it will happen again, and it has nothing to do with climate change or anything else of that nature. It's actually part of a normal climate system. So everyone relax. So here we have the water vapor satellite picture, and here again, here's our stationary front. I'm going to get rid of two features here. There we go. Trying to get rid of that flashing area. Oh well. Okay, so basically what we have here is we have our stationary front. You can see all the tropical moisture just riding. This was sitting right over us yesterday, this deep tropical moisture. And that is essentially what is rising up into the atmosphere now. Is that tropical air mass is being forced out. Here comes our dry air mass, and here comes some very strong disturbances. And you can see how the pattern is becoming more amplified, and these powerful disturbances are starting to drop south and carve out a nice trough. So let's take a look at the model guidance. Using the European model guidance, here we have high pressure taking control by tonight. Everyone clears out. For tomorrow, high pressure in control, sky cloud cover expected. Again, temperatures for this entire week on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with high pressure in complete control will support temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s for lows and lower to mid 80s for highs. Now, just so everyone can understand here, this is just an upper level low. Okay, it's a deep, powerful trough. There's no doubt about that, and rather impressive trough at that. It is not in any way, shape, or form a polar vortex. Okay, thank you. Well, it is a strong trough. There's no doubt about that. But as a follower of NY and JPA weather, via an Examiner article I did, why we're having this trough. We were able to pick it out all the way back on July 4th, where we had that strong typhoon recurve, and I warned that it's going to be a very deep trough that's going to lock in over the east as a result. Here is the result. Now, we're going to have to watch out for Monday and Tuesday. On Monday, that trough is going to start to really lock in over the eastern United States. It's going to be a positively tilted trough around the Great Lakes, and that means we're going to get rather hot and humid on Monday, and pretty much only on Monday, with a strong southwesterly flow basically coming right out of the Gulf of Mexico. You can see that deep tropical moisture coming right out of the Gulf of Mexico at 850 millibars and 700 millibars. And that's going to lead to the threat for showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon on Monday. Temperatures will range from the upper 60s to lower 70s for lows, and upper 80s to lower 90s for highs. It'll probably feel more like the mid to upper 90s with the increase in humidity. On Tuesday, that cold front associated with this deep trough is going to drive through the United States, through the eastern United States, and through the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. I'm very concerned on Tuesday for widespread strong to severe thunderstorms. I would not be surprised if we see a similar bowline type situation that we saw a couple days ago, possibly even stronger with a stronger thermodynamic gradient setting up where you're dealing with hot and humid air being replaced by temperatures struggling in the mid 70s. So you're talking about rather unusual for this time of year, possibly as much as a 20 to 25 degree thermal gradient from one side of the cold front to the other. So these thunderstorms could be rather impressive with a strong wind gusts, hail, frequent lightning, very heavy downpours. So we're going to have to keep an eye on Tuesday. It could be rather interesting throughout the region. Temperatures again in the upper 60s to lower 70s for lows, possibly a few mid 70s in the urban areas, and high temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Again, just to reiterate, not a polar vortex, just a deep trough. That's it. That's all. That's all it is. Okay? So, moving forward, that trough moves through, high pressure takes hold. Now, there's some debate on how fast this air mass builds in. In my opinion, I think this air mass is stronger than what's being modeled. So look for low temperatures on Wednesday in the mid 60s. We're just starting to get that air mass into the region in the morning. So mid to upper 60s would not be out of the realm of possibility. And then temperatures go absolutely nowhere thereafter. You're talking about high temperatures on Wednesday in the upper 70s to lower 80s in urban areas. But I think in many locations, they'll be struggling in the mid to upper 70s with some variable cloud cover and rather cool weather conditions. And then on Thursday thereafter, it stays rather, well, cool with temperatures struggling in the upper 50s for lows and mid to upper 70s for highs. So it looks rather chilly for this time of year. It is unusual. I won't say it's not unusual to see this type of development, but it's driven by what happened in the Pacific with that typhoon. It has nothing to do with anything else regarding wintertime like systems. If you want to see a polar vortex influence, go down to the southern hemisphere, go down to southern South America, go down to Australia. It's winter there, or even the South Pole, but not North America, and not in this case. So that's your forecast discussion for today. Thank you for listening to my brief rant there. It just had to be said. It's just getting ridiculous. And as always, follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.